What a battle. Number one teams getting together in Anderson. The Rams of Westside, whose only loss in the past two campaigns came against BHP in the opener last year. They're the number one team in 4A, the reigning state champs, against the visiting Bears, number one in 3A. How did it turn out in this battle of heavyweights? Here's Todd Summers.
The battle of top-ranked teams as Westside looks for a little revenge against a BHP squad it lost to a season ago. Rams get the ball first and strike first. Opening kickoff. Armani Weaver fields the kick at his own 11-yard line, makes a few moves, and takes off 89 yards for the touchdown. Westside up 7-0. Under 4 minutes to play first quarter. Rams facing third and goal. Cutterwoods rolls to his right, stops, looks back to his left, and finds DeMesa Dawson open for a 3-yard touchdown. Westside leads 13-0. Under a minute to play first quarter. Bears answer. Marquez Henderson bounces it outside, powers in for the 5-yard touchdown. BHP cuts the Westside lead to 13-7. Under 9 minutes to play second quarter. Rams with a third and long. Cutterwoods fires across the middle and hits Armani Weaver for a 14-yard touchdown. Westside up 20-7. A couple minutes later, Marquez Henderson on the carry. While he finds a little room to run, the ball comes out and Sherrod Richardson scoops it up and goes 47 yards the other way for the touchdown. Westside leads 27-7. Just over 4 minutes to play second quarter. The Rams offense back on the attack. Cutter Woods steps up in the pocket and hits Dreesen Evans in stride for a 68-yard touchdown. Westside in control, up 34-7. Under a minute to play first half. Cutter Woods goes back to the air as DeMesa Dawson is the man of the hour with a 50-yard touchdown. Westside leads 41-7 at the break. Midway through the third quarter, third and long for the Bears. Noah Thomas throws under pressure, but Armani Weaver is money once again as he comes up with the juggling interception and returns it 28 yards as Westside rolls past BHP 55-14.
BHP is a really good team. We came out fast, and that's what we try to do any game we play. We want to come out fast and just keep going and keep the momentum, and that's what we try to do tonight.
In Anderson, for the High School Red Zone, I'm Todd Summers.
Other action in Anderson County between heavyweights last night at Wren. A Hurricanes team trying to get to 4-0 on the year against Hannah, which is trying to make it 5 in a row in the series. Wren gets the lead in the second quarter. Reese Price doing the honors. Dalen Williams returning fire for Hannah. That's a 10-yard touchdown run. 20-all game at the half. Third quarter, Brandon Cunningham. More than just your average quarterback keeper. That's an 80-yard sprint to the end zone. Hannah led eventually 28-20. They move on to the victory. 36-29, getting to 2-1. Wren falls to 3-1. Back to action this evening. The Gaffney Indians at home against Morganton Freedom. Makes the drive down from the state of North Carolina. Had a feeling this would be a defensive battle, and it was for a good part of the first half. Big Josh Corey, he was all over the place tonight, getting into the backfield of the visitors. Second quarter still scoreless. Trayson Smith, that's a 53-yard run. Javon Gilmore hooking up with Chaz Smith. First score of the game, a 6-0 lead for the Tribe. And the extra point attempt was no good. Then Smith off the high snap, handed to him by Gilmore, gets in, 2-point conversion good. Talk about impressive defense, whether it was Zion Ratchford or Corey or others. Wow, Gaffney had it working. They get the shutout. They go to 3-0. Good looking Gaffney team. They are impressive as they get the 31-0 win. Abbyville doing something for just the 10th time since 2015. Trying to bounce back from a loss as they played tonight at 96. They fell in that tight one last week against Batesburg-Leesville. 96 going for the upset. Gabe Hackett with the touchdown gave the Wildcats an early 7-0 lead. DeMarcus Leach and Darius Riley get it tied up for the Panthers. Back comes Hackett and the Cats. They take a 14-7 lead in the second quarter. Hackett doing a nice job getting past defenders, getting to the end zone. Boy, that's a big guy. Looks like he's tough to take down. 14-all game later in the second, Carson Norman puts Abbyville up, and the Panthers move on to a 12th straight win of the series. 5 of their past 6 wins entering tonight have been shutouts against 96. Now they take it tonight, 49-28. The Battle of the Woods. Amy should have attended. Woodruff at home against Woodmont last night. Brett Sloan's team trying to get to 4-0 for the first time since 2018, and his Wolverines of Woodruff up to the task. Aiden Gibson made it 22-zip in the third quarter. Jalen Robertson with a nice run in the fourth that set up a Robertson touchdown. And Woodruff in the first meeting against Woodmont since 2003, coming away with a 36-13 win. Mountain View Prep playing at Crescent in Lower Anderson County. Tigers trying to knock off Mountain View and hand them their first loss as a program. Here comes TJ Gassaway, putting the pedal to the metal. All gas, no brakes until he stopped near the 5. That was a near 50-yard run. Jalen McGill, 179 rushing yards. Here's one of his 3 touchdowns. He broke the plane before losing it. And McGill and Mountain View cruising on to the win. They have scored over 200 points in their first 4 games. They win it 48-21. Clinton and Chapman had become really good region rivals. Now Clinton's down in 2A, but they were ready to go against the 3A level Panthers last night. KJ Vance with a nice run. Clinton had a 14-0 lead in the second quarter. Harry Cabanis and the Panthers trying to come up with an answer, but they didn't have one here. Sean Richardson to Chris Boyd. Red Devils led 21-0. Kaysen Copeland, one of those with success on the ground. That sprint to the end zone made it 28-zip in the second. Javen Cook followed up his 200-plus yard game last week with 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. There is Boyd with a scoop and score, and Clinton rolls on to the win. They get to 3-1. Chapman falls to 1-3. Panthers had won 5 of the last 7 of the series, but Clinton victorious last night. Fountain Inn trying to get to 3-1 for the first time in their brief program history, just the 3rd year. Bo-Jack Johnson. Anyone thinking of Telly Savalas? I know I am. Made it 7-0 against Carolina as the Fury was trying to make it 2 out of 3 against the Trojans. There's Johnson getting in for another score, and Fountain Inn off to a fine start. They got their first 5A win against Malden last week. Well, last night they rolled on to a decisive victory against Carolina.